Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of Foxborough Central. I am Bob Hickey, your host, thanking you for taking a little bit of time to join with me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough special. Joining me today is my new friend, Peter Filosa. Peter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, we are here today not to talk about an organization, not to talk about a political cause, not to talk about something that's happened to us, for us, or with us. We're here to talk about a new friend. We have with us Peter Filosa, who has recently moved to Foxborough from your hometown of Medfield.
Yeah, and I used to live in a group home in Waltham.
And the interesting thing about Peter is not that he is living with us and living in a group home, but that he does so much everywhere. And what we're going to do for the next few minutes is we're just going to talk about who you are and all the different exciting things you do. And I'll preface it by saying I like to think I live a full life. I like to think I'm busy, I'm involved. I was up vacationing in Maine with good friends, and I do this volunteering with Cable Access, and I also write for the Foxborough Reporter, and I work and I umpire. My life seems very small compared to some of the interesting things you're doing. So, yeah. Peter, let's talk first of all. What did you just do this past weekend?
Saturday, I went to the Xfinity Theater up in Hartford, Connecticut, and I got to have a meet and greet with the famous country legend, quote unquote, Mr. Toby Keith.
Hey, no air quotes needed for Toby Keith. He is a country music legend.
I got to shake his hand and got 3 signed, autographed pictures from him, which was pretty cool. And then I got to be like just a couple rows back from the stage. Mm-hmm. And the pretty cool thing about that was the people that were sitting behind me.
And who was sitting behind you?
Gabby Schilling, Shonda Schilling, and Curt Schilling's sons from the former all-star for the Boston Red Sox.
And that is also interesting because he's from the Medfield area,
yep.
Right? And so it's sort of old home week down in Hartford.
Yeah.
Now, one of the interesting things about you, Peter, and something I think some folks around town may have already noticed, is that you're very friendly and very outgoing. And you'll think nothing of going up to somebody and just saying, "Hi, my name is Peter," and try to shake their hand, right? And so when they see that, they should be welcoming of you, correct? Yeah. And that's also the way you got your picture signed by Toby Keith. Just you say it so matter-of-factly, but for many of us, we would not think of walking up to Toby Keith and saying, "Hi, how are you doing?" But tell us.
I won the New England Ford Dealers Internet Sweepstakes contest online last Friday.
That's pretty lucky.
And I got to travel up with my mom and my dad, and my mom took me to meet him, and I got the picture signed and got to be at his concert. He sang a lot of his cool songs from his CDs. Uh-huh. And
well, I always love a good Toby Keith concert, and it's pretty sharp that you just won an internet contest, and there you went, and then you went up to him and you got some pictures signed. Mm-hmm. Not many of us can say that we've done that, but not many of us can say we've done a lot of the things you've done. Now, you've been featured and I'm a huge fan of local cable access. So you've been featured on Medfield Cable Access
over the years
on the Eye on Medfield program and a number of other interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good.
I was on the Fox 25 news TV station for Fox 25. I was interviewed by the one, the only Maria Stefanos.
You know, and we do say it like that around here as well. The one, the only Maria Stefanos. So Maria, if you're watching, hi, how you doing? But with that, people can still see that. I Googled it up myself this morning, and I was taking a look at it. Very well done. And what were you talking about with Maria?
I was talking about my ceremonial first pitches I've done for different baseball teams up and down the East Coast. It was Medfield Man Becomes Local Legend interview.
Yes, and you have continued that even to this day. You were just
I was on Marvin's Vineyard on Friday. I got to throw out the ceremonial first pitch.
Now, how do you end up on Martha's Vineyard throwing out the ceremonial first pitch at a Cape League baseball game, was it?
Collegiate League.
Collegiate League, okay.
And my dad took me on the ferry. My mom drove me and my dad down, and then we spent the day with my mom's friend, and then we hopped the ferry and took the ferry over to the island, took a taxi there, and went to the baseball field, and I got to play warm-up toss with one of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks players. I got to practice my pitching on the side. They had me assigned to one of the players to help me warm up.
Mm-hmm. Now I understand you were a pretty good pitcher in your day.
Yeah, I was in Little League. I played for the Special Needs Challenger League in Norwood. Mm-hmm. I was a 2-time Cy Young Award winner and a 5-time batting champion.
Okay. And for fans of the Challenger League, it's still going strong to this day, so it's a very established league, and people can certainly find out more about that. But with the role that you're now doing of throwing out ceremonial first pitches, this is not a light hobby. You are pretty committed to going out and doing this. Now, you did it at Fenway Park.
Yeah, June 13th, 2003.
Wow.
And Dougie Mirabelli was my personal catcher that night.
Doug Mirabelli, the great Doug Mirabelli. Here's one to you, Doug. But I say that because I'm a big Sox fan, and I love hearing about the where are they now types, but this is where you were back then. And since 2003, you've been continuing this, and you've thrown out first pitches at many a game.
I went to the Portland Sea Dogs up in Portland, Maine, mm-hmm. The Manchester Fisher Cats, of the minor league system for Toronto.
Okay.
The Nashua Silver Knights, I went there up in Nashua. The Low Spinners, I did them. I did Pawtucket this past summer. I did the Paws Hawks.
Okay.
I've done the Bourne Braves of the Cape Cod League, the Cham Anglers, and all the Cape Cod League teams I've done.
You've done quite a lot then. Well, it sounds like the only one left is the Brockton Rocks. So
I did them.
Oh, you did them. Well, I love the Brockton Rocks.
Last summer. So. Last summer I did them as well.
Well, very good then. Then you have done them all. Well, there's so much more to this story than just the baseball, because you also are an accomplished athlete in other sports. You play hockey?
I play ice hockey for a special needs adult team called the East Coast Jumbos.
Okay, and where do you play that?
We practice at the Rivers Rink School in Weston at the rink. Mm-hmm. We practice every Sunday from 6:40 in the morning till 7:30 a.m. in the morning.
Well, you can definitely tell a hockey guy if they're waking up early to go play hockey, because that's just about the way it works, right?
And we start up after the Thanksgiving.
Okay. And you play teams all around. You're not just staying local.
We go to Boston College to scrimmage the Eagles. We go to Harvard University to scrimmage the Harvard Crimson. Mm. We go to the Trinity College up in Hartford, Connecticut to play the special needs adult team up there called the Chasers, the Connecticut Chasers.
All right.
We go to Bridgeport to play the Bridgeport Tigers. We play the Pawtucket Pirates in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. We go to the DCU Center in Worcester to play the Holliston High School hockey team at the DCU Center in Worcester.
Okay.
We go to the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence to play down there.
Sounds like quite a schedule. But it sounds like also a lot of fun. And people who want to learn more about the Jumbos can check out their website at www.eastcoastjumbos.com.
Yep.
Very good. And you don't limit it to ice hockey, although it's a no-check league, I would imagine.
Yes,
and it's
where no check.
Okay. But you also are a figure skater? Mm-hmm. Very accomplished, and I certainly can't do that. I can't even skate backwards. They would only let me be the goalie because I brought a broom. Just kidding.
I am competing this week on Thursday and Friday at the New England Sports Center for the ISI World's International Figure Skating World Championships.
Okay, and that sounds really cool. And that's going to be in Marlborough?
Marlborough, Massachusetts, at the Sports Arena.
Okay. Well, if people are looking for something fun to do, they can always perhaps check out that. But we also have, there's not much time with this program, but there's so much that you've done. You're a movie star.
Yep, I was in a movie called Grown Ups with Adam Sandler, Salma Hayek, David Spade, Chris Rock, Kevin James. And
Hollywood heavyweights.
I was a movie extra, and I got to be in the restaurant scene for the movie. It was filmed at the restaurant called Woodman's Restaurant in Essex, Massachusetts, and they used me as a background movie extra. I got to sit in the restaurant booth for 3 days, and they paid me $100 a day, and got to meet a lot of cool people. Salma Hayek, I met David Spade, I got to shake hands with, and Kevin James came over to me and said, "Hi, Pierre, how are you doing today?" And I said, "Hi, Kevin James, sir, it's nice to meet you."
Oh, all right then. I would imagine that in real life, they're real people, as opposed to just seeing them up on the silver screen, right?
Yeah.
Well, you were also in another movie, The Fighter.
The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg. It was filmed at the Songus Arena in Lowell. I got to be up in the audience for the fight scenes.
Now, does this mean you have your SAG card, or?
I have to do a couple more movies before I get that.
Well, let's hope that happens soon then, right?
I applied for a movie that they're filming in Worcester right now to be a movie extra again. It's called The Sea of Trees. It's going to be filmed in Worcester by Matthew, the famous man, McConaughey.
Well, now, see, you put air quotes around Toby Keith, but not around Matthew McConaughey.
Does
that mean you're?
He's going to be starring in the movie. It's going to be filmed in the Worcester, Massachusetts area.
Okay, so that must mean you're a McConaughey fan.
Yeah,
All
because he was in The Wedding Planner with Miss Jennifer Lopez.
Well, we're all Jennifer Lopez fans, right? The final piece of your puzzle would be that you have this ability to meet famous people. And can you share a little bit about that?
I won a contest from Mix 104.1 last 2 weeks ago. I got to go to the Colonnade Hotel in Boston, and I got to have a meet and greet with a famous music band called the Neon Trees.
The Neon Trees. No air quotes.
They're
famous.
They're famous. They have an album out called Pop Psychology.
Okay. And with meeting the Neon Trees, what did you get to do with them?
I got to have a meet and greet. They signed some pictures, some signed autographs for me, and got to hang out with them. And I got to meet Salt and Kennedy. They are the Mix 104.1 morning AM DJs.
And everybody knows about them. They're not as famous as Maria Stefanos, though. Can't be here in Foxborough.
Yeah.
She's one of ours, right? That's right. So with this, you are an accomplished interviewee as well, because you've been with Maria on Fox 25. You've also been on Medfield Cable Access and now Foxborough Cable Access. We can add this to your resume. Have you been on any other interviews?
I just did the Medfield Hometown Weekly newspaper interview. My article came out this past week on Thursday.
Really? And in the Medfield paper? Mm-hmm. What's the name of the paper again?
The Hometown Weekly.
So if anybody wants to check out a little bit more about
it's
you,
online.
It's online at medfieldweekly.net.
.net.
All right. Well, Peter, it's been...
And at Christmas time, I get dressed up as Santa Claus.
Okay.
And I go from holiday party to holiday party to holiday party dressed up as Santa Claus. I make local appearances.
So if people want to get a hold of you to be a Santa, then they can do that, right?
Yeah, and people, I go to like holiday parties in like Waltham, Watertown, wherever they need me. So if people see me like around Christmas time doing that, they can. I always make free appearances for whoever will want me.
Well, of course, it's important to remember that it's not the real Santa, because the real Santa's up in the North Pole. He only comes at midnight on Christmas Eve. But as one of his helpers, you do good work and you go out there and make the kids' lives a little bit better, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit brighter. Well, great. Always good to spread the cheer of Christmas, and it's always good to spread the cheer of our community. And very nice to be able to meet you and introduce you to Foxborough.
It was an honor to meet you.
Well, it's been an honor to meet you, Peter, and best of luck with your continued, I won't even say try your continued success in meeting famous people and spreading the word of positivity, we'll say. How about that? And I'm positive that I've had a great time talking to Peter as well as with you. And if you'd like to see more information about Peter, you can check out this program again on fcatv.org, or stop by our studios if you want to volunteer at 28 Central Street. Hang on a second. At 28 Central Street here in Foxborough. Or you can always call us at 508-543-4757 if you'd like more information about what we do, bringing news to you. And Peter, what I'm going to do.
You can also Google my name, Peter Filosa, and search.
And that is what you can do. And what I'm going to do is wish you all a wonderful day, Foxborough. Take care.